Good day, this is Teacher Rowan. I'll be your guide in exploring Google Apps for education, for teaching and learning. In Google for Education, teachers can connect and collaborate easily while staying on task. It gives teachers the freedom to spend more time personalizing the learning experience and less time managing it. Students can learn essential skills such as 21st century problem solving, which they can use it in their future careers. As such, the accessibility features will also help and assist every learner to do their best work. Google offers different useful applications that we can use to connect education to technology. This will help our teachers as a 21st century educators to innovate and find ways on how to make teaching and learning more exciting, engaging, effective, and flexible to the demands of the society. Let's re-explore the education experience by discovering new angles to create, collaborate, and communicate as one. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, at para sa guro. Ang pagkatuto huwag gawing komplikado. Sulong edukalidad.
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gaps where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our modules, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
Just like events planning or any other activities, writing an effective speech follows certain steps or processes. The process for writing is not chronological or linear. Rather, it is recursive.
That means you have the opportunity to repeat a writing procedure indefinitely or produce multiple drafts first before you can settle on the right one.
Oh, hello there, it's Tuesday.
It's oral communication in context.
I am Tutor Alvin,
And I am Tutor Nova.
and we welcome you all to our week 4 of our oral communication session for ETUlay. So, hello there, Tutor Nova.
Right. Yes, how are you, Sir Alvin? It's Tuesday. It's almost Christmas. I think you're feeling the spirit of
Yes.
Christmas right now. How's the weather in Pampanga?
Okay, it's the weather is so nice because we're experiencing not humid, okay, weather. It's cold and it's very relaxing, especially in the evening and of course during the morning, right?
Oh, good thing. Maybe Sir Alvin is prepared for the cold weather. Right now, Sir Alvin, it's kind of raining here in my area. So,
Oh.
hopefully, I think we're kind of feeling the spirit of Christmas, diba? Yan naman yung spirit ng Christmas, parang nanlalamig, Sir Alvin. Sana naman hindi nanlalamig ang love life ni Sir Alvin. Loko lang.
Okay,
Well,
but
anyway, Sir
then
Alvin,
kumustahin naman
yeah,
natin ang ating mga
yeah,
learners
kumustahin
kung sila
natin
ba
sila.
hindi ba man lalamig ang kanilang Christmas. So hello, okay, to our to our learners, to our student viewers. Okay,
Hi, good
so
afternoon.
let's okay, shout out natin ang mga students natin from City of Bogo Science and Arts Academy. Good afternoon. Okay, yan, napaka-active ng 11th STEM Uranium, right?
Oh, wow. That's
Mm-mm.
bonus kay teacher. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, Sir Alvin, hi din sa mga students mo. They are from Macabebe, Pampanga
Yeah.
National High School. Santa Maria.
Maria
Tama ba,
National
Sir
High
Alvin?
School,
Parang
ma'am.
na-mix-mix ko
Yeah.
ata. Yeah, good
Okay lang
afternoon.
yan,
Thank you
ma'am.
for being with
Gets
us
na nila
today.
yan. Ayan, so
Okay.
nandito si
So,
Mark Gabriel Musli, ang ating oral amazing last week. Okay.
wow, last week.
Yeah, so, okay.
And we also got here Sir Alvin. Hi to Shad Louis Santa Teresa. Hi to Chin Mikason City. Hi to Christian Janelle Isip. And hi to Julian Viralio. Thank you so much for being one of our punctual students for the oral
Yeah.
communication week number 4, Sir Alvin.
Yeah, and also we have Kisha Mirandilla Ibay. Good afternoon, tutor, sabi niya. And here is Sir Marino Di Marukot. Nanlalamig nga daw si Sir ngayon. Birthday mo. Alright, happy birthday kung sino man siya, Sir. Hello, happy
Nako po.
watching. Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, hopefully hindi sila manlamig today sa ating session, Sir Alvin, kasi we will be tackling an exciting principle in today's class. Ano nga ba ito, Sir Alvin? Pero bago yan,
Yeah.
I think
So
we should have
last time,
our
okay, we talked about the first principles of effective speech writing, which are audience profile, and the other one, Tutor Nova, is
is logical organization.
okay. So we hope, okay, you learned, okay, how are you going to analyze the audience, and next is to organize your speech by making sure, okay, that it has an intro, a body, and conclusion. So sana yung
And
mga
there are
speech
also
nyo,
different
mm-mm.
yeah, there are also different patterns that they can make use, especially if their problem is like formulating their body or crafting their body. So there are different patterns that they can try to employ or use when they write their draft of their speech, Sir Alvin.
Yeah, that's right. So at this juncture, we will be recognizing the one who stood out among all our oral amazing students last week. And she is,
Dun, dun,
okay,
dun,
no
dun,
other
dun.
than Quarter 2, Week 3 oral amazing student is, okay, Nova.
Ooh, she is Daniela Denise Manalili from Santa Maria National High School from SDO Pampanga. Congratulations, and she
Ooh.
will be receiving, para hindi malamig ang kanyang Pasko, Sir Alvin, ano nga
Yeah,
ulit
oo.
doon?
Okay, she will be receiving 100, okay, worth of GCash. Okay?
Akala ko 1,000. Okay,
Huwag ko na
joke lang
masabi, baka
pero
napapanood pa naman tayo, baka biglang hingan tayo ni Daniela ng 1,000.
yeah, so
Okay.
hopefully sa coming weeks natin, Sir Alvin, our students from the other SDOs can also be one of
Yes,
our oral
oo.
amazing student. So bisa students galaw-galaw din.
Yeah,
So
okay,
hopefully
basta
they can be part of our oral amazing student, our featured
basta
student
dapat
of the
yung
week.
kamay palaging naka-comment, go comment lang ng comment,
Tama,
di ba?
tama. Right, Sir
Okay.
Alvin.
So,
All right,
well
so
done, Daniela.
congratulations to Daniela.
Okay, so last time, yan, we're done with the week 1, week 2, and napaka-fresh pa ng first two principles of effective speech writing. You've mentioned that it is audience profile and,
Logical organization.
okay, that's right. So for this week, we will now be having the principles of effective speech writing, which are duration and word
Word choice.
choice. So,
Okay.
so
All
I
right, Sir
think
Alvin.
they are ready. How about you,
They
Nova? Are
are
you
ready.
ready to impart
I am
our?
born ready, Sir Alvin. Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
anyway, Sir
okay.
Alvin, this is quarter 2, week 4 of oral communication in context. Now, in today's episode, as what we have just told them earlier, we will talk about the principles of effective speech writing with focus on duration and word choice.
Okay, for Quarter 2, Week 4, our target is for our student viewers to number one, identify the principles of effective speech writing, and
And secondly, Sir Alvin, analyze the importance of duration and word choice as the principles to consider in writing a speech.
okay. So buckle up and ready yourself for a new learning experience.
All right, let's get the ball rolling, Sir Alvin. So, our oral amazing students, we know that writing a speech follows a process and there are certain components that must be considered. So, speech writing, as what we have mentioned in the opening spills that we had earlier, speech writing is a recursive process, which means to say
Yes.
that you have the opportunity to repeat a writing procedure indefinitely or produce multiple drafts first before you can settle on the right one. Parang love din, Sir Alvin, di ba? Bago mo ma-find sa right one, parang paglalaruan ka muna ng tadhana sa wrong one. So, ganyan din yung writing natin, Sir Alvin. May mga pagbabago at may mga,
Yes.
what do you say, revisions na mangyayari.
Yeah, and you have to accept that because just like what Tutanova mentioned, it is recursive. It is not linear. Therefore, yeah, you can go back to do revision, to do editing, so that you can finalize your yeah, you can finalize your draft or your the speech you're about to deliver the next few weeks. So it is expected right now, after we talked about the logical organization, you should have now your intro, body, and conclusion. But then we cannot say that it is ready for delivery. We will go back,
Right.
okay, to what you have written, because these next principles are very essential or important to check, okay, in your speech, because the principles of speech writing will serve as a guidepost in developing your speech, which you will proficiently deliver once you are done with it, and you are all set for delivery to an audience. So today we will focus on duration and word choice as part of the components that must be considered in writing a speech.
All right, that's a bingo, Sir Alvin. Now, let's just try to take a look at this picture. Let's show it to our students, Sir Alvin. And we will give them just a few seconds to process what they could give description to these pictures that we will be showing on the screen. So, our oral amazing students, try to focus on the screen and tell us what you see in the picture. Is it something relatable to you? Or is it
Yeah.
something that really happened to you just a while back? Or maybe one of your unforgettable experience is like someone like that in the picture.
Yeah, let's have, okay. So let's read, okay? Let's wait for the comments or for the observation of our oral amazing students. So describe what you see on the pictures,
Oh,
right?
ano kaya yung difference nila? Or
Mm-mm.
may difference ba sa picture 1 sa male picture at saka si female picture?
Yeah, I guess the difference to the Nova is very obvious. This shows the reality of delivering a speech. As they say, if you fail to prepare, you're somewhat also preparing to fail, right? That is
Right.
why we should really write our speech before delivering it in front of an audience.
Yeah, right, Sir Alvin. Well, we got here in the comment section from Alan Mark. He said the second one shows or depicts nervousness, Dao. So maybe our student
Mm.
viewers are wondering, Sir Alvin, when writing my speech, how long should I write or how many words should I write? Well, when you're up on stage, timing can be everything.
Yeah, and beginning your speech to the Nova at just the right moment as the applause dies down, giving the audience a moment to let an important idea sink in, letting laughter run just long enough for everyone to enjoy it, but not so long it fades and gets awkward.
Right. So, like nung first picture natin, Sir Alvin, parang namumunas-munas ata si kuya mo.
Kaya nga,
parang parang
nininailed mo.
kinakabahan, 'di ba, Sir Alvin? Kasi minsan when we kind of feel the jitters of delivering speech, like especially kapag may stage fright ka or speech fright ka, parang nadadry yung mouth mo and then excessive sweating.
Tama.
So, ganyan yung nangyayari sa kanya. On
Yeah,
the second
kapag talaga
picture,
hindi
let's
ka
try
prepared, right?
right, tama. So we got here Meiji Lupitan. She says, nawala ata. Asan yun? Ito. The girl
Yeah.
on the right side is confident in delivering her speech. We can really say that she is ready. And we also got here I think Lemmer Anas Molino is also agreeing that the second picture is feeling confident. So good
Hmm.
job. Good. I think they were able to really see or spot on the difference, Sir Alvin. So we can say,
Yeah.
Sir Alvin, as what you have mentioned earlier, it becomes really awkward when we are faced in a situation like that on the first picture. Then we can say, Sir Alvin, that timing is crucial, but many speakers forget the most important aspect of timing, using the time you have been allocated effectively by going neither over nor significantly under time. 'Di ba, Sir Alvin, may mga cases na kapag feel na feel mo yung moment na mag-deliver ng speech, minsan nag-overtime ka. Minsan naman, parang feel mo you are speaking too fast. May mga speakers kasi na ganyan, parang sobrang, siguro, parang yung adrenaline rush kumbaga. So,
Yeah, yeah,
minsan
tama.
nag-overtime, minsan nag-undertime. So, ganyan lang yung mangyayari.
But then, in a planned speech, over timing is under timing is somewhat we must avoid because especially if it is a conference or public speaking, you should not go you should not exceed of the given time. But then that's why so today we will know duration as the principle, okay, as the principle of speech writing. Okay, so first we will be having duration.
Right.
So let's begin. This duration is the third principle. So after you had the analysis of the audience, the logical organization, now isipin mo naman ang duration. What is duration? So duration refers to the length of your speech. So, as a speaker, you must consider and monitor the time you will spend in each part of your speech. In other words, the duration is ang tagal, all right? Gaano ba katagal, gaano kahaba, okay? Kasi it's already connected, the length of your speech and of course the duration, because it is expected that the longer the speech is, the what do we call it? The the
The
time,
longer than yung
the longer its
yes.
duration, right?
That's right, Sir Alvin. Now, the first place you can work out when we talk about duration is your timing during the writing phase. Take note, our dear oral commencing students, before we deliver our speeches kasi, we need to write first what we are going
Yes.
to deliver, right? So if you are the sort that likes to write out your speech in full beforehand, you can judge
Mm.
the length of your written speech based on the average speaking rate of 110 to 150 words
Two
per
words per
minute.
minute. Yeah. Hmm. So when I'm writing speeches to the Nova, I like to write out each sentence or phrase as a separate double spaced line, in which case two A4, actually two A4 pages is typically good for a 5 minute speech. Remember that. Our ETUlay viewers, two, okay, A4 pages is typically good for a 5 minute speech. So, kung sa final speech presentation nyo sa oral com subject, if your teacher is requiring you to deliver a 5 minute speech, so, gano'n kaya kahaba ang susulat ko? So, possible, okay na ang two, right? To know ba,
Mhm,
two
right.
pages.
It's a good technique, Sir Alvin, to employ kung gusto mo, ganyan yung way mo ng
Yeah.
pag-timing mo or ganyan ang way mo ng try to know kung ilan nga ba na minutes na yung na-write mo na speech. So, gaya ng sabi ni Sir Alvin, parang yung strategy niya is tinatype kasi niya yung sinusulat
Mm,
niya. So, kapag dalawang A4 pages na yung nasusulat niya, that means to say 5 minute na maglalast yung speeches. Well, in a different case also, sa akin kasi Sir
yeah.
Alvin, especially I think both of us can relate. Sa DepEd TV kasi natin, 'di ba Sir Alvin,
Mm-mm.
ang ating one DepEd TV episode is good for 40 minutes to 30 minutes. 30 to 40 minutes. Now, yung 13 pages, swak na 'yon for the time, given na yon yung mga effects and something like that. So, good din na technique, Sir Alvin, kung ilang pages, parang ma-estimate mo kung ilang minutes yon. Ganon. So, that's a good personal strategy, yung sabi ni Sir Alvin. It is suggested that no matter how long the speech is, always divide it into 5 parts. Now, what are those 5 parts? We have introduction, the body, which is composed of 1 to 3 points, and a conclusion. This format is adaptable to a speech of almost any length. Remember, when you write your speech, it should have the IBC, or introduction, body, and conclusion.
Yeah, which were um deeply talked last episode or last session about the logical organization. However, most experts say that the ideal length of a speech is up to 20 minutes.
20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Ideal length lang yun,
Ideal
our
yun, ah,
dear
oo.
oral amazing students. Now, the average person, Sir Alvin, and our oral amazing students right now, speaks at somewhere between 125 and 150 words per minute. Wow, amazing. It's a trivia. It is
Yeah,
almost always better to speak more slowly
slowly.
kasi nagigets ng mga audience mo, diba? Especially Sir Alvin, kung live siya na pag-deliver mo na speech, kapag nagkamali ka, hindi mo na yun mababalikan eh. Wala yung cut eh. Kasi live yun.
Yes.
So, it's better to speak slowly rather than too quickly. Thus, if you are speaking for 20 minutes, you want a total word count of somewhere between 2,500 and 3,000 words. So be careful, our oral amazing students, to not go overboard. So you can try to
Mm,
estimate or calculate your word count for you not to end up your speech for an hour. Na-try mo na ba yun, Sir Alvin? Mag-attend ka ng parang isang conference or parang isang, siguro mga contest, mga pa-contest. Kasi as
mm.
teachers, we've been judges, right? So
Yes.
kapag may parang oration contests, nag-try ka na ba na mag-attend na parang naging 1 hour yung oration contest or something?
Sa ano ko parang wala pa naman, Nova.
Hmm.
Usually lumalampas ng 30 minutes. But then,
Hmm.
it's surprising that the time allotment given to them is only 10 minutes. So
Mhm.
medyo nagka-problema siguro the delivery then or maybe the
Ah,
writing, okay, in writing
yeah,
it.
the writing phase siguro naging problem. So, our dear oral commencing students, Nova, forget,
Yeah.
learn your time limit and manage to calculate your word count.
Okay. So it's very interesting, Nova, that um after writing the speech containing the intro body conclusion, so it's also a must that our speech writers, right, are going to count, okay, be conscious of the time limit and of course the word count. Thank you,
Right,
Nova.
Sir
That's a good
Alvin.
reminder. No matter how long the speech, always divide it into 5 parts: your intro, body, and your conclusion with points 1, 2, 3. So in other words, you have to tell people what you're going to tell them. You will be in the body, tell them what you want to say, and then wrap up by telling them what you just said. So actually, the format is adaptable to a speech of just about any length, but better divide a 20-minute speech as follows. Okay,
Alright, so
so
take note, our dear oral amazing students ha, maifa-flash kami dito na parang ideal at saka estimated na word count sa screen. So para din ma-apply nyo, kasi sa quarter 2, they are tasked to deliver a speech and they need to start writing na their drafts for them
yeah,
to submit.
that's right. But then the total length of this speech is for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
So
20 minutes
maybe
though for 20 minutes. May
okay,
adjustments na mangyayari
may
if ever sabi ni teacher na 10-minute lang yung speech
mm
or 5-minute speech lang.
oh,
So
syempre,
may
no, 10
adjustments din na
minutes,
mangyayari.
divide it by 2. Okay, example, for
Right.
the introduction, kung 20 minutes ang speech mo, you're going to
A
present
lot,
your
2
introduction
minutes.
for 2 minutes or equivalent to 250 words.
Right, Sir
Next,
Alvin.
Nova, we have the,
Next naman, after ng introduction, remember our dear oral amazing students, sa introduction part, tell people what you are going to tell them. That's the introduction. Now, the next part, since we mentioned about IBC, after I, there comes B, which stands for body. Now, the body, our oral amazing students, tell them what you want to say. That is for the body. And the body is divided into 3 points. Point one, estimated 5 minutes. Again, this is for a 20-minute speech, okay? The duration for this one is 20 minutes. For points 1 to 3, that's 5 minutes, and that's 625 words. How about the last part, Sir Alvin?
Okay, the last part, of course, you wrap. Okay, you wrap up your speech through a conclusion, which should last for about 3 minutes or equivalent of 375 words. So a
And
total
that
word
will
count
give
of
us 2,500
2,020
words at eksaktong-eksakto lang siya, Sir Alvin, na maging 20 minutes yung
minutes.
ideal time ng speech. Ayun.
Yeah, so
So
can we
take
just
note
repeat,
of
di ba?
that.
So
Okay, Sir
if you're
Alvin.
going to speak, you're required to present a 10-minute speech. So you just divide
Divide lang.
the words into two. Kung 5 minutes, into four, right? To
Right.
get the the quarter of this
Yung tamang
ideal
estimation.
speech. Yeah.
Right. Tama, Sir Alvin. So, our oral commencing students, take note of that, okay? Well, if you encounter a problem naman while writing a speech, like if you are thin on ideas, it
Mhm.
happens, diba, Sir Alvin? Especially sa body part, parang paliko-liko ka
Yeah,
na eh. Parang
tama.
pabalik-balik ka na. Paano kaya to? Dapat kasi 5 minutes yung ano eh, kapag 20 minutes, tapos point 1, point 2, tas may point 3 pa. So, if you are thin on ideas for the 3 points, consider using a mind map to help you. Mind map, when we talk about mind mapping, this is the best way for you to make your speech more interesting, more personal, and more coherent. It's more like outlining the ideas that you
Yeah.
wanted to really focus on and you wanted to highlight on your body part. It's like a guide for you.
Yeah, so that's another good strategy to use, particularly when they are developing the body, kasi ang body, ang dapat napakatagal ng body talaga. Okay?
Mm-mm,
Because
tama.
it is the most important part. Actually, they're all important, but we can consider it is the most important because dito naglalaman ito ng explanation, okay?
Right.
Um okay, description, or what do we call the meat, yung pinakalaman ng iyong
Tama, Sir Alvin.
speech.
Tamang-tama.
So again, so that is duration as one of the principles in writing a speech. So okay na tayo doon, right? Duration.
Tama.
So
Okay, read lang natin saglit yung nasa comment section, Sir Alvin. Baka may mga
tama, yeah.
questions sila. Meron ba? Yeah. And anyway, they have the time to try to make use of our comment section or comment box for their interaction to make the class engaging. So
Yeah,
they can
if you
try
want to
to
say
raise
something, you
questions
want
or
to add
give
something,
insights.
'di ba?
Mm-hmm.
May mga bigla kayong naisip, you may chat, okay? Huwag
Right.
niyong pabayaan na stuck sa inyong utak 'yan. Basta malaya ang ating chat box for all your comments, suggestions, questions, or biglang mga naiisip. So, use the comment section. So,
Right. Okay.
after duration, so nakatatlo na tayo: audience profile, logical organization, and duration. Let's
Duration. Ang
proceed now
pang-apat.
to the fourth, okay, principle of effective speech writing. And this is word
Word choice.
choice. Yeah, Tutor
Right.
Nova. What is word choice in speech writing?
Well, good thing you've asked, Sir Alvin, because word choice, this refers to the specific vocabulary that the writer uses to
Hmm.
convey meaning. Now, there are lots of vocabularies available to describe one's ideas, right? However, the speaker should be careful to choose the correct words in writing the speech. And the use of conversational language or everyday language will help the audience feel at ease. And I think dapat din i-consider ng ating mga oral commencing students, Sir Alvin, is that since they are going to do audience analysis first, so dapat din parang naka-inline yung vocabularies nila or yung diction nila
Yes.
or yung word choice nila doon sa appropriate na age range ng audience nila.
Yeah, word choice is diction, right? So
Right.
it is very important that our vocabulary is suitable, is appropriate to our audience. That's why kaya nga nagkaroon tayo ng audience analysis, audience profiling. For this reason, one of the reasons is so that during the writing of our speech, as we write our speech, we have to make sure that the words, okay, the lexicon that we're going to use are comprehensible, okay, will be
Right.
understandable, okay, sa pandinig ng ating mga audience.
Tama, Sir Alvin.
Yeah, because walang silbi, 'di ba? Ang isang magaling na speaker na gumamit ng mga malalalim na salita kung
True,
hindi
Sir
naman
Alvin.
naiintindihan ng mga audience. So, you will
Yeah,
not
Sir
be conveyed
Alvin.
with an effective speaker.
I think it will be much more impressive or mas maganda yung
Mm,
magiging impression ng audience mo sa'yo if you will be on the same page, on the same boat. Parang
yeah,
parang weird naman and awkward naman ata if your audience will be junior high school students tapos yung mga ginagamit mo na mga words siguro na i-include ka ng mga jargon na parang hindi naman appropriate sa field nila. So
that's
they will
right.
not be yeah, they cannot understand what you're trying to convey.
Yeah, and you will end or ang audience mo makita mo tapos
Nakanganga.
nakanganga na lang sila. Ano
Nakaano
daw?
na lang sa
'Di
ceiling,
ba?
"Kailan kaya 'to matatapos?"
Yeah, pero
Something
magtataka ka,
like
ang
that.
galing ko naman, ang talino ko namang speaker, ba't hindi ko sila napabilib? One
Yeah, true,
factor
true.
is your word choice. Baka hindi nila maintindihan. Okay,
Mhm,
remember,
right.
as much as possible, we write a speech, we prioritize to express rather than to impress because
Bingo.
okay, public speaking is
Remember
more
that.
on expressing ourselves informatively, persuasively, and you want to give entertainment to them. So,
Bingo, Sir Alvin.
now that we know what word choice is and how important it is, let us try solving this problem on word choice. Actually, Tutor Nova, um, may mga,
Warm up lang 'to.
yeah, may mga ilang words na or speeches or minsan pa nga essay na napakahaba. But then, ito lang pala ang tinutumbok. You know what I mean, Tutor Nova?
Paligoy-ligoy yata, Sir
Yeah,
Alvin.
paligoy-ligoy. And
Parang
as much as possible. Mm-mm.
Parang, hindi talaga 'yan, what do you call this one, parang hindi siya ma-avoid kasi especially kung parang, nape-pressure yung mga students na ma-reach yung specific na word count. So, ang ginagawa nila is pinapataas nila yung word
Tama.
instead of using just the precise word itself, ang ginagawa nila, "Paano ko kaya patataasin 'to para maging eksakto yung word count niya?" So, ang ginagawa nila, Sir Alvin, is pinapataas nila, hindi nila ginagamit yung precise na word or yung concise na word. So,
Okay.
try natin
Kung
'to.
Yeah, kung pinahaba naman nila, magsa-sacrifice yung word choice, yung
True.
clarity ng iyong expression. Let's read some comments here. Okay, so sabi dito, the word must go with the context. Sabi ni Alan Mark de Jesus, do not use
Oh,
gender-based pronouns. Mhm.
alright.
And
Choose
according
word
to
wisely
Kisha,
when writing a speech, according to Kisha Ibay. Good
okay,
job.
and words must be in the simplest form. So, there's a problem here. Nasabi nga natin, there are some long phrases that pwede namang ganito lang siya sabihin, right?
Paikliin.
Pinakahaba-haba pa. So, yan, example, regardless of the fact, we have also,
Concerning the matter of
yan, due to the fact that, napakadrama to Nova. Number 4,
at that point in time, para naman nasa fairy tale.
yeah. Okay, another one is in the process of, during the course of, and the last two.
I came to the realization that, and last one is in the event that. So, ayun, ito yung mga pinahaba na mga phrases, Sir Alvin. So, papahelp
Mm,
natin ating mga oral commencing student. Ano kaya yung magandang i-substitute na word na mas concise at mas tumbok talaga yung
yeah,
pinahaba na phrases na ito into just, concise na word. Could you help
yeah,
us?
that's right. Will you please help us para maiwasan natin
Start tayo sa
ito?
number one. Yeah,
Okay,
start tayo
number
sa number
one.
one.
So let's reveal no, some possible substitutions or solutions to these 8 phrases. First is regardless of the fact, it is although,
Although,
right? Mm-mm.
right. May specific pala na word na katumbas ng regardless of the fact. That is although. Ano, paano naman kaya yung number two, yung concerning the matter of? Could you try our oral commencing student? What would be a great substitution na word for this
Yeah.
phrase?
And to the rest for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then later on we will be presenting some examples or possible answers or solutions.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
so okay, sabi ni
Sabi
Carl
ni
dito.
Carl,
Sige, sunod na babasahin mo.
Sabi ni Carl Yabut, Sir Alvin, sabi niya ginagamit po namin 'yan kapag may 2K word essay. Well, actually, hindi naman siya wrong to
Yeah,
use
tama.
this kasi it's grammatically correct naman.
Mm-mm.
What we're trying to say is that may factor kasi si word choice in writing your speeches, 'di ba? So, mas maganda na mas concise ka kasi mame-measure talaga yung capability at credibility ni speaker kapag tama yung word choices niya. Alam mo, Sir Alvin, since our students are into TikTok, and I
Mm-mm.
also tried navigating TikTok, and you can see sa FYP, maraming mga parang educational na mga TikTok videos. Tapos, I have also came across mga Filipinos and mga American na mga TikTokers na they will be giving different ways on how to say a word. So, ayun,
Mm-mm.
parang may mga ganyan din. Parang yung although magiging mataas. So, yung parang nakikita ko kasi is yung paano pahabain ang word. Kasi yun din yung parang concern nila kasi 2K word essay yun, mataas
Mm-mm.
yung
So,
word count na ini-expect. So, ang nakikita ko sa FYP ko sa TikTok is that pinapahaba nila how to make that word, how to say it in a different way para mas maging mataas yung word count mo sa essay mo. Ayun.
yeah. Actually, you
Nakaka-relate.
have the liberty of choosing. Kaya nga we have the word choice depending upon the context where you're going to use that word, kung ano ang kailangan mo. So that's
True.
why in this part of our lesson, it's very important to be careful with your words. Choose words that are appropriate to the context, to the audience, and to the, of course, um, according to the need where you're going to use that word. Okay.
Right. So,
Next,
I
let's
think
have number two.
they already have mga guesses sa comment section, Sir Alvin, na nag-answer
Let's
regarding
check.
because, hence, about.
Okay,
Let's
so
see
let's
if
just
we
read
have the
the
same
answers.
answer.
Okay. Number two, concerning the matter of, instead of saying this, you can use about.
Yeah,
Okay.
simply saying about. Like, I was called to go to the principal's office concerning the matter of my
Mm-mm.
behavior in the class. So instead of saying that, you can just say, I was called to go to the principal's office about my behavior in the class. Ayun. Mas simple yung word. So you
Yeah.
can say that or use that instead. Pwede naman
Next
din sa
is
because.
okay.
Okay. Now
Yeah,
let's have number three. Due to the fact that they
it
can
is
instead use the
because.
word because.
So you I think the example for this one is alam naman natin na gets na ng ating mga oral amazing student. Next, number
Yeah.
four is at that point in time. The answer is to turn over. Mm.
Then. Mhm. So, ayun. How about number five? Actually, madami na sila mga guesses or answers sa
Kaya
comment
nga.
section
Ayan,
at
nakikita ko
nagtutumpak
na
naman
most of them tama. Tumpak talagang sagot. Number five, in the process of, you can use
during.
during and while. Number six, Nova.
During the course of, they can also try to say during. Same thing.
And how, okay, instead of saying, I came to the realization that, napakadrama, madrama, di ba? So, pwedeng you say, I realized that.
Right. So, and yung pinaka-last, Sir Alvin, in the event that, what will be the substitution? You can just simply say if. Right. So, ayun. Yung
Yeah.
mga
So,
different ways on how to say it.
so lagyan natin ng example
Right.
yung 8. So, halimbawa,
Or
sabihin natin na, um, we will be awarding the oral commencing student in the event that he or she will actively participate in our discussion. Di ba? Napakahaba. So you may just say, um, we will recognize our oral commencing student if he or she will participate during our discussion. So yun ang ating mga how you can substitute, okay, correct words for these longer phrases. But then again, we're not saying that these phrases are wrong. We're just saying that there is what do we call it? There's a better way, okay, of presenting these words. At marami pang iba. So now, so word choice, incorrect word causes unmeant messages. That's why you have to make sure that you'll be using correct words. Tama ang mga salitang gagamitin. Number two, incorrect word choice leads to misunderstanding. Definitely, if you are using words, okay, that are not familiar to your audience, magkakaroon ng communication barrier or miscommunication. Ayan, nag-AFK si ma'am. Oo, ano, tag dito, nag-red bigla ang signal ni ma'am siguro. Okay, Tutor Nova, baka maano ka, mabawasan ka ng ano, mabawasan ng star. Bigla kang nawala. Okay. Okay, ayun, sabi ni Tutor Nova, medyo lumakas ang ulan. Actually, sabi niya kanina, 'di ba? It's raining, okay? In their area. So let us see if baka she can go back. Next is incorrect words make no sense. Tamang-tama naman because if the words you use ay hindi naman tumpak, 'di ba? Oo, tama, Leomar, mabawasan ng star ni Tutor Nova niyan, bababa na ang rank niya. Okay? Mm. Alam ko si Tutor Nova mythic na 'yan. Hindi, joke lang. Hindi man ata naglalaro si Tutor Nova. Okay. So, because if you're using words which are incorrect, okay, they make no sense. Next, remember always, correct word choice increases the impact on one's mind and it reveals the attitude and personality of a person. Actually, there are many words available naman, di ba, to express our emotions. So, as a speaker or a writer, um, does feel the trick of using the correct word among the given one. There are many ways in which a person can choose a word more appropriately. So, our student viewers, you should focus on the tone of diction or communication. And hello, Tutor Nova.
Sorry, Sir Alvin, right now, medyo lumakas masyado yung ulan kaya medyo hindi naging stable sa internet. But now I'm back. I'm glad to be back. Okay,
Yeah,
so we are now on this slide, Sir Alvin. It's considerations in choosing your words.
that's
Now,
right.
where were we?
The first one
Okay,
is they should avoid the use of jargon. So when we say jargon, it is a kind of language that includes technical words na hindi na maintindihan ng mga normal, okay, ng general audience. Usually ito yung mga jargon na ginagamit ng mga professional, okay, professionals. Mga doctors, may jargon yan. Kaming mga teachers, may
right.
jargon din. And parang ang hirap naman na gamitin ko yun sa inyo ngayon because you will never or you will be having a hard time understanding what I am saying. So avoid the use of jargon or highly technical words. Number two.
Now, number two, Sir Alvin, the second thing to note is to avoid redundancy or excessive repetition of words. So don't
Hmm,
be tempted, our dear oral commencing students, to use redundant words to increase your word count. So they won't add to the quality of your writing. So kasi same thing earlier, Sir Alvin, di ba? Parang yung naging isang comment ng ating oral commencing student is that ang ginagawa nila kapag 2,000 yung limit ng essay na word count nila is pinapahaba nila yung mga words nila. So, they also need to avoid repetition of words kasi magiging dehado din yung quality ng magiging speech nila, Sir Alvin. So, again,
tama.
avoid redundancy.
And next to note is to avoid language that is either inappropriate for the audience or inappropriate for the occasion. So it could be that we have awkward word choices, di ba? So dapat akma sa okasyon, sa konteksto, at sa mga audience natin ang mga words that we're going to use. Kaya nga ulit-ulit natin. Kaya nga number one ang audience profile. So,
Right. Let's try to show
okay.
an example here, Sir Alvin. Okay. All right.
So,
So, do we still have the
oh,
time to show just one example?
okay, sige, let's try to show an example. Ayan.
Okay, so this is under using of an inappropriate word for the audience or for the occasion. Now consider this awkward example, like a child student's consciousness for marine education still remains an open research problem for creating a suitable teaching plan. So we have the bold words there, Sir Alvin,
The
child
child
students.
student.
May certain term ba
Napaka-awkward.
na child student? Ayun. So how do we revise that, Sir Alvin?
Okay, so we can say that this way: consciousness among young students for marine education still remains an open research problem for creating a suitable teaching plan. Ayan, no?
Ayun,
If you can notice, yun, yung child students, ginawa na lang nating young students kasi
mas
pakinggan ko pa lang, di
appropriate
ba?
din siya.
Parang hindi siya bagay,
May
parang ang
mali.
pangit. Oo,
it
parang may
doesn't
mali.
um it doesn't sound right and it doesn't feel right. So ayun. All right. So Sir Alvin, I think as much as we wanted to have the class longer, but we don't have much time. All right. So remember our oral amazing students. For today, we discussed the principles of effective speech writing with focus on duration
Vision
and
and word choice. So, nakaapat na tayo at yan, di ba? Parang sumisilip na yung panglima. Okay, next week yan.
all right.
Papasubuan
So
na tayo.
remember All right. So remember, our oral amazing students, all strong writers, have something in common. They understand the value of word choice and, of course, duration in writing.
Okay, so shall we have the learning kamustahan?
All right. I think try natin yan siguro isali for the next session, Sir Alvin, because we don't have much
Yes.
time. But surely our oral amazing students will be looking forward to it. And of course, we will be having our next featured student for oral amazing student for week number 5. So stay tuned for that.
That's right. So remember, strong word choice uses vocabulary and language to maximum effect. So creating clear moods and images and making your stories and poems more powerful and vivid.
Of course, Ralvin, and it goes without saying that when writing a speech of any length, don't forget the basics. Learn your time limit and manage to calculate your word count.
All right. So how okay, that's the end of our discussion for week 4, the principles of effective speech writing, which are duration and word choice. So how about can we would love to hear your thoughts or feedback on how we can improve your experience.
Yeah, they can try to scan the QR code or by simply typing that link to the URL, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you for
Again.
your participation, our oral amazing students. And by the way, yeah, we are participating to the Hour of Code. Now, the Hour of Code is a global movement introducing tens of millions of students worldwide to computer science, inspiring kids to learn more, breaking stereotypes, and leaving them feeling empowered.
Yeah, so anyone, anywhere can host an hour of code. And by joining us, visiting
Hour of Code.
hourofcode.com at nandun na lahat ng mga information regarding this very important event
Right,
about
Sir Alvin.
computer
So this
science and
is
programming.
for this is actually during Computer Science Education Week, which is celebrated December 6 to 12, 2021. So,
Yeah.
our oral amazing students, we would love you to try to visit hourofcode.com, and there will be a lot of experiences and new learning, skills that you might try to visit through the website. And you will learn a lot from there too. So, try to visit and try to know more about Hour of Code. All right, there we go. So once again,
Yeah.
our oral amazing students, thank you for your participation. This has been Tutor Nova.
And I am Tur Alvin.
See you next Tuesday for more thrilling adventure.
Always remember to be the best in oral communication in context. Till
Only
then,
here.
happy
Yeah.
learning.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Bye.
Ang husay naman!
Alright.
Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasamang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag ETUlay Level Up. Huwag aalis ha dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!